What up, Crypto Warriors? This is Sergeant Crypto back at it again. Today is the 8th of April, Wednesday, the 8th of April, 2021. And this is what happens when I make my thumbnail too early. When I made my thumbnail, Bitcoin was deep in the red. All right. But I'm not going to change it. I'm going to leave it. It's going to be very clickbaity. But yeah, we have the alts pumping, all of the alts pumping. Damn, look at Binance Coin. Binance Coin is definitely in price discovery mode right now. We have XRP back in the top 4, so to speak. Yeah, top 4. Polkadot is up. Cardano is up. Uniswap is up. My goodness, everybody is pumping. Litecoin. Yeah, everything's in the green, folks. Everything's in the green. In the last 24 hours, we have Filecoin pretty much. Yeah, we're going with a 24-hour time frame. Yeah, everything is in the green. I hope you are taking profits where needed. If you're a trader, if you're a hodler, we really don't care. We're just stacking sats or stacking our favorite projects on a daily or weekly basis. Let's get into it. So this is definitely a clickbaity article here on Decrypt. And Peter Thiel, all right, PayPal co-founder, in a seminar on big tech and China, said China's approach to its own cryptocurrency should concern America. And although, it says that, Bitcoin could be Chinese financial weapon, he's not talking about Bitcoin per se, all right? Even though I'm sort of a pro-crypto, pro-Bitcoin maximalist, Thiel said, I do wonder if, at this point, Bitcoin should also be thought of in part as a Chinese financial weapon against the U.S., where it threatens fiat money, but it especially threatens the U.S. dollar. As we know, the Bitcoin or Bitcoin's dominance throughout the world, because guess what? It's a network where you don't need a government, you don't need a bank, you don't need a third party to join a network and participate in the network. That is a threat to any fiat currency, not just the US dollar. And this is definitely a little clickbaity, because he wasn't talking about Bitcoin per se. Here it is. The question Thiel was ostensibly answering wasn't about Bitcoin per se, but about China's plan to create a digital yuan. Moderator Hugh Hewitt wanted to know if the digital yuan is a threat to the dollar and its dominance of markets. Because China already have their digital yuan, they're testing it out right now, and they're basically giving airdrops to people with their digital wallets over there in China. And when it goes full blast, when it goes, live, so to speak, they'll be able to purchase and do things without the need of the US dollar, without using the SWIFT system. They could do trade with China, with Russia, with Iran, so-called sanctioned nations, and not have to worry about using the SWIFT system, where the U.S. basically controls it, and they can sanction them and cut them out of the financial system. All right, so yes, it is a threat to the U.S. dollar and U.S. Dominance as the world reserve currency. All right, this article here, I was going to click on it and have it open, but this is just more FUD about China-owned coins. All right, so this is what Kevin O'Leary was saying, right, in an interview. The institutions do not want to own China coin. What he's talking about is the fact that the miners, they are over 50% of the miners are in China, but that has nothing to do with the network itself. And as we see, more and more miners are coming online right now throughout the world. And what really prevents the network, right, from what prevents that double spend situation is not necessarily the miners, but the nodes throughout the network, and anyone could start running a Bitcoin node anywhere in the world. All right, so and it's not necessarily the miners, it's the mining pool that's has, I'm not going to get into it, but again, this is just more FUD about China-owned coins. This is what they're gonna, this is their attack vector, so to speak. This is an attack vector for Bitcoin from the mainstream, saying that yes, coins mined in China's backyard, so to speak, are not good coins and blah blah blah. Just more fun. All right, but when we're talking about Bitcoin itself being used as um, the world reserve currency in the future, that is a threat to all fiat currencies, not just the US dollar. Okay, it is a threat to all fiat currencies because all fiat currencies go to zero, or they lose 99.99999999999% of their purchasing power. And Bitcoin is a more is a better store of value, a better way to transact worldwide without the need of a third party. All right, so yes, in that sense, Bitcoin is a threat to US dollar, but it's also a threat to all fiat currencies. It doesn't matter if it's a digital CBDC or a Fed dollar or the digital yuan, whatever the hell they want to come up with. Bitcoin is a threat to all fiat currencies. Next, Grayscale investor rips into Bitcoin trust over abysmal discount. So as you may or may not know, Grayscale, they've had a premium, okay, when and purchasing their Grayscale Bitcoin trust, they GBTC, and let me just go into it. It's asking, so this private, all right, investment firm, Malton, they have a lot invested in the GBTC, and because they were early investors, they're losing right now, and it's down 8. It's a negative 8% right now, and they want basically Grayscale to offer them some kind of a deal, so to speak. But in the end, long-term holders of Bitcoin or long-term holders of Bitcoin products always win. This is just a short-term thing that's happening right now because the price spiked so much. They need to just basically take a chill pill and just sit back and relax it and ride it out, so to speak. Because in the long term, throughout history, in the long term, people that have held Bitcoin or Bitcoin products have basically came out on top. But yeah, I'm not going to get into the story. They're just doing a lot of crying right now, in my opinion. Next, just another FUD article. All right. Tesla's landlord accept crypto. Will Elon Musk pay rent in Bitcoin? This is coming from Cointelegraph, and basically, Tesla's showroom is owned by this. I almost said crypto firm, but property management, this real estate firm, Caruso Properties. And although this article talks about Tesla and the fact that 2 Tesla stores or 2 Tesla showrooms is currently owned by this real estate firm, the big story here isn't the fact that they starting to accept cryptos or starting to accept Bitcoin as a form of payment right now. The big story is right here. In my opinion, the firm's deal with Gemini also saw Caruso convert about 1% of its treasury into Bitcoin. That is the big story, in my opinion. The fact that they converted a percentage, 1% of their treasury into Bitcoin. That, my friends, is the big deal. That's the big story. And we're starting to see more and more, okay, private and public companies convert their treasury, a portion of their treasury, into Bitcoin. And that is the big story right here. And it's, it was hidden in the story because, again, it has something to do with Tesla and, Elon. Like, again, this is, a clickbaity story. Just more clickbait. The big story is this real estate firm converted 1% of their treasury into Bitcoin with their partnership with Gemini, who will be able to be custodying their Bitcoin and crypto whenever they make a sale, all right, or accept rent or payment in the form of Bitcoin, Gemini will be the ones to custody that Bitcoin for them. All right, so next, again, coming from Telegraph, all right, Coinbase would have earned $2 billion just buying Bitcoin with its seed money. And as we, again, just holding Bitcoin, getting off of cash in the long term, right? Everyone wins, just holding Bitcoin. So here it is. The United States' biggest crypto exchange would have made more money by simply buying and holding Bitcoin in 2013. Data circulating on social media reveals that despite Coinbase's $800 million in profits, okay, in Q1, the company would still be richer had it used its seed funding cash to buy Bitcoin. So although they made a lot of money in Q1 of this year, because now they'll be IPOing next week, so they have to disclose everything, right? They have to open up their books to the public, so to speak, and everyone is going in there and tearing it up. Digging deep into their financials. What we're seeing is if they had just held Bitcoin, okay, in the long run, they'll be up over $2 billion. And this is what I try to tell people, especially when you're coming into the space. Dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin is basically the way to go. Don't worry about the fluctuation of the price from 60K back down to 54K and back up again to 57K. This dollar cost average. Dollar cost averaging is the way to go. If it's $10 a day, $5 a day, don't worry about the fact that it's practically 60K for one whole Bitcoin. Stack as much sats as you can, all right? And in the long run, you will win. Stop trying to be a trader. And this is not financial advice, but this is what I tell my close friends and family. Don't try to trade in and out of cryptos, because in the long run, you are losing. You're losing, and you're trying to stack as much Bitcoin as possible. Okay? This is why most of my portfolio is in Bitcoin. All right, not financial advice, of course, but let's discuss it in the comment section below. And as you see here, according to this article, Coinbase would have earned $2 billion had they just held on to Bitcoin. All right, so there you have it. I mean, the proof is in the pudding, man. The proof is right there. It's been there since basically the inception of Bitcoin, since 2009. If you have bought and just held over the long term, you'll be in profits. All right, so let's talk about it. Thanks for watching. Smash that like, hit that subscribe button and notification bell to get notified when I upload new videos. It's Sergeant Crypto, and I'm out. Peace.